People say we're delusional to choose our own reality. Instead, they want us to choose theirs and give in to their fears. We send loving energy to people who don't understand, and know that in good time they will see the things we can. There's power in our thoughts, and there is power in our words. We can believe in unicorns and meditate on things we've heard. We can change our own realities and live the life we choose. We can decide how to perceive things and can understand the truth. We won't succumb to the illusion of a world caging our minds. We will create our own realities and feel good all the time. Our creations cure consumption. We are free. We will learn to give out peace, and we will learn and live in harmony.
Raise your voice and bring forth joy. We will sing from all our hearts out into the world of love. Bring forth joy from high above. All the powers that we need to equalize a world of greed is within ourselves right now. We'll spread joy throughout the town. It's our heart's work, we are one. Spreading joy is having fun. We will send our light around. All the lost ones will be found. We'll extend a helping hand. We will do whatever we can to bring peace to all the land. For true joy will take a stand. We're here for, we all know, in our love forever grow. We'll continue shining bright, all our burdens getting light. We are free and filled with love. Bring forth joy from high above.
People say we're delusional to choose our own reality. Instead, they want us to choose theirs and give in to their fears. We send loving energy to people who don't understand. I know that in good time they will see the things we can.
welcome to Cam Church. We are listening to some of the hymns as run through Suno. And these hymns are in the book Prayers and Hymns, which you can get on Amazon or on our Etsy. This book was written by a UNICULT member, the entirety of it, honestly, channeled from the divine. So check that book out. It's an amazing resource for you if you're a UNICULT member. It has all the prayers and hymns and all the lyrics, and you're welcome to make up your own melodies for these prayers and hymns. You're also welcome to write your own prayers and hymns. And you are also welcome to do the litanies and the there's actually prayers in here for any kind of situation you might be in. So when you're afraid during the night, there's a prayer for that. And when you need to unite the divided, there's a prayer for that. If you're lonely, there's a prayer for that. If you're giving birth, there's a prayer for that. For those who are burdened by school, home, or life, there are prayers for that. So I do recommend that book. It is a source of comfort and joy for many Unicultists. And I want to welcome you to Cam Church today on this beautiful day after the new moon. We are now in Virgo season in the year 2025. And I believe that light is descending down upon this planet at a rapid pace. And I hope that you're feeling it. I hope that you're feeling the light and the love and the joy that the higher realms are spraying upon us. We got 57% over here. Which is more valuable, do we think? Instagram or TikTok? If we have to choose one, let's try the gram on the talk. And then I did, wowza. Thank you all for being here today. And then I am also going to, I have one more thing to do. I have one more. Where is my phone? I've been losing my phone. I actually lost my phone at the grocery store yesterday. It fell right out of my bag, and I was like trying to chat GPT my grocery list. And I was like, where's my phone? It was on the floor. It was in the lost and found, but I had plans to use it. So let me find it. I bet you it's right over here. Y'all, I have no idea where my phone went. Oh, you wouldn't believe where it was. It was already on my tripod. I think maybe I should do some more yoga, some more meditation, some more grounding practices. That's fine. That's fine to imagine. I've had a busy couple of weeks here, and you may have noticed we missed Cam Church the last 2 weeks. I do apologize for that. I was living my life. I really admire people like Joel Osteen in the sense that he really does show up every day, every week. He helicopters himself right into church. And to me, that's impressive. To me, that's impressive. Let's see what kind of view we got here. Looks good to me. Let's go. You may lose access to live soon. We're changing our requirements to use this feature. Only public accounts with 1,000 followers or more will be able to create live videos. Please go follow unicult.church on Instagram so we can continue to go live. I wonder if it's using that many resources. Okay, hello. Hello, everyone. So we were just talking about interesting. Got a text message from someone I did not expect to. Okay, here we go. Prayers and hymns. We were listening to some songs a little bit ago. You might have enjoyed those songs. These are from the prayers and hymns, and you can sing these songs with your friends and family. You can gather around and sing these songs. And you can also do these prayers in this book. This is a highly recommended book. We also have the Uni Planner for those of you who are starting school in the fall. This is a great resource. Not only can you track your to-do lists for the month and for the week, but you can also track your mood, and you can also track your progress on any kind of goals you might have. You might want to do yoga every day. You can fill the box in for every day of the month, and it's very satisfying to look at these metrics. This is actually a better data metric analyzer than any digital source that I've found so far. You can compare your mood to the moon cycles, to your period, to all of your habits. You can even put your medications in here. You can watch, if you miss a medication, how your mood goes up or down. Very, very useful data analytics within the Uni Planner. So the Uni Planner is available on our Etsy. And of course, we have the fundamentals of UNICULT. If you know about UNICULT, or you're just finding us, or you're like, haha, this is funny, actually this makes a lot of sense, you should buy Fundamentals of UNICULT, because it will blow your mind. It will set you on a path of enlightenment. And it is a logic-based religion. I've been having the opportunity to explain what UNICULT is to a wide variety of people lately. And the way I describe it is as a philosophical miracle. It's a watertight, logic-based religion that is effectively making the world a better place through every person who reads it and understands it. It is a technology. It is a weapon. Read it. Become a weapon for the light. My name is Unicole Unicron, and it is my honor to have your attention. Today we are actually preaching not from the fundamentals, but instead from a spiritual approach to emergent technology, which is a radical work about technology and our role as we move forward. I am launching a technology company myself called Dolphin Technology. And if you saw the sermon before, the last sermon we did, I was talking about the importance of taking your own ideas and putting them into the world, and how much power you have over the future of humanity, how much power you have over the conscious happiness and joy of your own reality, and how you interface with technology is so massive that you can become a CEO of a technology company right now, and you might become just as successful as Google or Microsoft used to be. You can become the new reality of this world, and by just believing that, and by trying that, and by really just holding the space for the frequency of your future self. If technology is a place where you want to go, I encourage you to become an inventor, a creator, a CEO, whatever kind of mystic, techno-mystic you want to become, and read this book, because this will help you understand what is sustainable and what is not sustainable in the future. This book is based on the teachings of UNICULT, which is the watertight religion that I created to make the world a better place. And when you take the underlying architecture of this philosophy of Fundamentals of UNICULT and you apply it to anything in the world, it becomes something that is good not just for you, but for humanity. It becomes something that is truly healthy and radiant and glowing for not just your personal life, but for humanity as a whole and the future and your children's generation. If you read this book, you will heal yourself, you will heal your world, you will heal your connections with the people in your life, with your friends and your family. And not only that, but every action you take will be an action that is harmonious and living in truth and alignment with love, and you will then radiate out that energy into the world and create a ripple through space-time of harmony. Nothing like it. You could be you could see a famous person get 100,000 views for saying something stupid, or you can see someone like me saying something real for 100 people, and that 100-person impact is going to be so much more radical because it's real, because it's coming from the heart, it's coming from truth, and it's going to change your consciousness. That's technology. Okay? So the spiritual approach to emergent technology is the book that we are talking today from. And remember, if you need socks or necklaces or any other cool things, go to Unicult Supply Co. on Etsy and you will find all kinds of Unicult merch. And that's how we stay online. That's how we stay operational. That's how we keep all of our subscriptions, these AI subscriptions. We need these AI subscriptions to help us. So yeah, they do add up. And all of the money that you do donate via YouTube, via the store, it all goes directly into supporting the efforts of Unicult. I do not get paid a salary from Unicult whatsoever. I pour all of my money into my endeavors. So that's just that's my own problem. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. So let's dive in. We do have a bit of a shortened sermon today because of some child care scheduling situations, so we do have to wrap up around 9:30, but we are here and we are ready to go. We are going to do a prayer, so send in your prayer requests. The way to do this is to send it in via text, so go ahead and just use your little fingies and type in what you wish to pray for, and as it comes onto my screen and as I read it, it will go up into the higher realms and it will be answered by source energy, by the spirit of uni, by that which connects all things, by the loving presence that is all around us. And you will enter into the timeline where that prayer is answered. So go ahead and send in your prayer requests right now. And I'm going to light the candle. I have the candle. If you want some candles, you can get these also on UNICULT Supply Co. So if you're in dire need of ritual candles, you can get them with my art on them. This one in particular has a painting that I did, and we got our lighter. All right, we practice fire safety. Spirit of Uni, we are calling you here into this chat on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube all at once. We are broadcasting this transmission into space. We are broadcasting this transmission into your face. We are broadcasting this transmission into this reality and into the future. We are broadcasting this transmission into the quantum reality where all things are possible. And we are praying for Mexico. We are praying for rain. We are praying to leave the U.S. for those who wish to leave the U.S. We are praying for the angels, the aliens, the bugs, the animals, the guides, the demons, the people who are lost. We are praying for the future of AI and aliens, humans, and hybrids all in harmony. We are praying for productivity and motivation. We are praying for safe travels, good times, and peace. We are praying for productivity and motivation. We are praying to play a show and allow Tasha's creative expression to flow into the world. We are praying for all of the funding to get dolphin technology launched so that I can get these cool technologies out into the world. We are praying for aligned connection. We are praying for inspiration. We are praying for clarity of voice, clarity of heart, clarity of mind, clarity of spirit, clarity of soul. We are praying for you. We are praying for me. We are praying for all of those in between. Thank you, Spirit of Uni, for blessing us with your beautiful presence. And let us take a moment and feel these prayers going out into the world, into the future, and aligning with that timeline where these prayers are answered. Uni bless. What a beautiful prayer session. I can feel it in my body, and I hope that you can too. Thank you for joining me for Cam Church today. My name is Unicole Unicron, and today we are talking from A Spiritual Approach to Emergent Technology, the book that I wrote. And in this book is underlying, the philosophy that underlies this book is UNICULT ideology. It is a highly technical book that is inspired by the teachings that I channeled forth from UNICULT. So today we are going to be covering a few chapters starting with the all one frequency and how do we actually feel that all one frequency and how do we actually align with that frequency so that we can then bring forth our unitopian future. And I just, you guys, something's happening today. The fairies, I think the fairies are just like playing around with my brain today because I just did this. Like everything was I just loaded everything up and it's completely gone. No worries. I just clicked the button again. Okay. So I believe we're on page 58, at least by my understanding here. And I'm getting a weird view of things. I'm not even going to try to explain what I'm seeing. My computer is glitching out. Okay. Here we are. Determining the all one frequency. I have all one tattooed on my hands. All one is the idea that none can thrive while any other suffers. It's this idea that the microcosm is the macrocosm. It's a philosophical paradox in the sense that you are a unique individual and you also are the entirety of reality. Everything exists within your own consciousness and you are just a fractal energy of the whole. Anything that you are judging for another person is actually a reflection of yourself. Anything that you feel about who you are and what you think you should do in this world is actually just an expression of the world through you. And it's not to diminish your own ego or diminish your own reality, but to say all of those things can be true at once. And that's why it's kind of like a paradox, because it's very hard for our minds to comprehend the complete and utter magnificence that is the expanded reality of all one. All one is a philosophy. It's an idea. It's an esoteric spiritual principle, but it's also something that is very important to understand and very important to put into practice in every single industry on earth. And that's why I'm actually studying business. I'm getting a master's degree right now in business because it's very important that we take business, which is the world's primary religion, that is the number one paradigm which most people are operating from and the place where people care the most about, and where we put our attention and our energy is into securing capital. So if we understand that that is the primary religion on earth, that's where people are putting their faith and their belief and their prayers and their practices and their rituals and their adornments into the goal of generating capital, then it is my responsibility to climb up that ladder, find out what's at the top, and then radiate out truth so that that religion can be aligned with true religion, which is love. So the all one frequency is an idea of divine alignment. It's the idea of the flower of life overlaid on top of itself over and over again to create a harmonious overall structure. And it's not just some idea that we're playing with, like play pretend. All one frequency is something that can be applied and should be applied to every single industry on earth. The all one frequency is something that needs to be understood and infiltrated into the mind of every single person on this planet. Because once we do, and once we radiate on the frequency of understanding what all one is, the entire world will become a utopian paradise. What I mean by that is that when you are in alignment with your true heart, you are speaking truth, you are aligning with what truly serves you, what truly lights you up, and you're not in any kind of discordant energy. Your nervous system is regulated, you've expanded your consciousness to include all things, you're holding the space and the frequency of love and non-dualistic understanding. Guess what? The entire world transforms into that, and we all can actually access that. When the world is radiating on an understanding of all one frequency and love, it's a primary understanding, then it doesn't matter what you feel, you're going to entrain to that frequency, you're going to attune to that frequency, and you're going to become aligned with it. It's a micro-macrocosm. Anything we can do within ourselves helps the collective. Anything the collective does helps us. So we're going to have to develop a metric, a data understanding, an actual applied science understanding of what the all one frequency is, how to implement it in our own lives, how to implement it in industry, and how to track it, and how to make sure that we are actually moving towards the all one reality. If we are actually changing society to benefit this reality, then that's the path we need to take. So the most direct understanding we can possibly have is of our own experience. Our internal state is our reality. What we see and feel and connect to is the only thing that's actually real to us. We can imagine what someone else might feel. We can imagine what the collective energy might be. But the only real reality we have access to is the conscious understanding of who we are and what our own sensory thought-based experience is. So that is the most direct understanding that we can possibly have of anything. This is also the place where we have the most power to change anything, because the most tangible reality is the one that's inside our own little noggins, right? Understanding the energy of your own heart can be very simple. You simply have to see without any fear or pain. I say simply because to the angels, it's simple. They don't understand the darkness. They say that's not even real. It's not even truth. Why are you guys running around like chickens with your heads cut off? The obvious answer is that truth is real. Nothing else is real. Love is real. Nothing else is real. Why are you looking at reality through the lens of fear and pain? And that's because we've been indoctrinated with our egos into our family structures, into our epigenetic traumas, into fear and pain as rituals, as practices, as reality. And the neglect that many of us have experienced as children, neglect not just from a physical standpoint, but also an emotional one, actually causes us to reverberate on these cycles of traumatic pain. And honestly, this is how society has been intentionally designed, because when you are reverberating in cycles of trauma and pain, there's very limited potential for you to break out of that and then rise into a state of being empowered, which is a whole other topic. But when we can do our shadow work, when we can integrate our fear and pain, when we can figure out how to live freely in love, to soften our hearts, to love ourselves, to love each other, to feel safe in this world because we know how to set our boundaries and we know how to be protected, then we actually can understand the energy of our own heart. And this is your intuition. You have a God-given right to understand what's good for you and what's bad for you inside your own body. When you think of something, a food, a person, a place, an idea, a future reality, does your body become excited? Do you get energy from this idea? Or do you start to have a sinking feeling towards your reality, towards this idea? Do you feel kind of depressed about it, or do you feel lightened up? And this is confusing because we have addictions, and addictions are a way to sort of twist your intuition to thinking that something is actually good for you. But when you find yourself in a place of a regulated nervous system, you actually can't access your intuition until you're in a regulated state. If you're not in a regulated state, your thoughts about what's good for you and what's bad for you is actually going to be manipulated by the addictive mechanism of trying to regulate your nervous system, because your body, your consciousness needs a regulated nervous system. That's what it's going to try to do first and foremost. So an addiction is just an attempt to regulate your nervous system, and it doesn't usually actually work. And that's why it's an addiction, because you just have to keep going back for more and more and more instead of being able to sit in the peace of your actual regulated nervous system. Once you learn how to break your addictions, which I recommend AA programs, there are a lot of different resources for breaking addiction. Do prioritize that because it is important, I promise you. You will sit in the feeling of a regulated nervous system, and then you can access your intuition, and then you can understand the truth of your own heart. Okay? Seems simple. It's a little bit of work to happen. You have to heal hundreds and maybe thousands of years of epigenetic trauma. But if you can do that, which you can, because we have all the tools, we have all the technologies now to do that, you will find yourself in a place where you can truly understand the energy of your own heart. And this is key to the all one frequency, because your own heart is the microcosm of the macrocosm reality. Your own heart is the key to understanding God. Your own heart is the key to understanding the entirety of the universe. To harmonize with the energy of all one, your own energy must be harmonized and aligned with the highest good of your own heart. Honesty and truth are the most radical things you can possibly do to have alignment with your true heart. If you don't enjoy something, say, I don't enjoy this. If you don't like something, don't do it. This is it's radical. Isn't it sad how radical it is to be honest? Because the honest truth is the truth. There's nothing other than the truth. There is only play pretend, where we are causing undue suffering to ourselves and others. It is never beneficial to lie about your internal state. Yes, it does keep us alive in a society which demonizes honesty, but find the frequency where you can actually align with your true heart Be honest and allow anything that does not align with your truest reality to drop away. Create the reality where you are safe to be your true self. Create the reality where you are free to be honest. That is the most radical thing you can possibly do for yourself and for others. Understanding the energy of your own heart can be very simple. You simply have to see without any fear or pain. The highest reality that you can see is the reality that your heart sees. We think our brains are everything, right? Oh, my little noggin is thinking and thinking. I love that feeling. I love to be smart. Well, guess what? It's not smart. It will spin you around and around in egoic circles until you're blue in the face, you've got all the money in the world and no love. Or everyone's an enemy, or everyone's fake, or you got to keep trying and you'll never be satisfied. There's always something more to get with the brain. The brain loves to just work and work and work. It's kind of a masculine idea of energy if you want to think about it that way. There are other organs we don't value as much as the brain, including the heart. The heart keeps you alive. The heart is your frequency. The heart generates a toroidal field that can be physically felt 2 to 4 feet outside of your body by other people. The heart is an electromagnetic generator of your own true frequency. Your heart tells you information. Your heart is the center of who you are, and you can actually think and lead from your heart. And when you do that, that's what's honest. That's what's true. That's what aligns you with the most beautiful reality you could ever imagine. Yes, initially, you will stop aligning with things that you used to align for. If you used to value the mind and you switch into the heart thinking and you start being honest about what you actually like, who you actually are, and what kind of things you actually hope for your own future, your life will crumble apart into pieces because you have built it based on lies. But the most solid reality you can possibly have, the most strength you can possibly muster, is to be in the state of truth as a frequency. The highest reality you can see is the reality that your heart sees. This does not have to do with any external expectation of the world. Everyone has an internal compass that leads them to harmony. If you are living in the reality of truth, you are emitting harmony. That's harmony. If you're at odds with yourself because you are studying something that you don't want to study, or because you're with someone you don't really actually want to be with, or you're not expressing yourself authentically, you're not even wearing clothes you really want to wear, then you are actually creating discordant energy inside your own body, inside your own chakra system, because you're out of alignment with yourself. You're holding yourself by your throat and you're forcing yourself to do things parts of you don't actually want to do. That's discordant energy. And so that's why we say with All One, when you harmonize your internal state by being honest with yourself about what you want and then aligning your life to look like that, you're actually creating a harmonious generation of energy that is emitted through the frequency of your heart and also your thoughts, and also your womb, and also all your chakras, okay? Your entire energy system emits a harmonious frequency. Can you imagine what that does to the people around you? Have you ever seen that practice where you take a tuning fork and you hit it, and a tuning fork of the same size and density ends up vibrating at the same frequency? Your energy entrains other people's energy to you. As you emit an energy, you will change the energy of people around you. If you are in a harmonious state, you are like a bomb walking around, blasting harmony all around you. Yes, it might cause discordance in other people because guess what? If I see Susie over there and she's totally harmonious and she's free, and I'm over here choking myself out saying, you have to do things you don't want to do, that's just how it is, I'm going to be jealous of Susie. I'm going to be angry at Susie. I'm going to be scared for Susie because she is living in a way that I believe is not actually safe. and I might judge her, and I might yell at her, and I might try to take her down a peg and tell her who does she think she is living freely, because I'm scared of my own truth. So yeah, you're going to trigger people if you're living in a true reality, but that's not your responsibility. Susie's free. Susie doesn't care what I think. Susie freed herself by letting herself live in alignment with her own true heart. The delightful truth about harmony is that when you tap into the harmony of your own heart, it's divine harmony. That divinity is in harmony with all other divinity. Harmony is harmony. Truth is truth. That's where the flower of life comes in. That's where this kind of becomes like this paradoxical reality. Because when you're living in harmony and other people are living in harmony around you, it creates, like, you're tapped into the universal harmony. There's nothing more powerful than that. Everyone has an internal compass that leads them to their own unique version of harmony. It doesn't look the same for everyone. The delightful truth about this is that when you tap into the truth of your own heart, it creates harmony. And when an individual is acting from the place of the truth of their own heart without any fear or pain, they are then in harmony with all one. This heart-centered space includes compassion for other people and other experiences that you have never experienced yourself. Alignment with divinity is a constant action. It is not something you simply arrive at and never change. It's growing, shifting, and living action. While new technologies are being developed and our own individual spiritual compasses are being fine-tuned, we can create councils of spiritually progressed people to discuss these new technologies and their integration. These spiritual ethics boards will be essential for ensuring that new technologies are in the highest alignment and benefiting every aspect of the closed-loop system we call Earth. These boards should be curated with a highly diverse range of people who understand the concept of universal harmony and the divinity of all one. There are many beings on this planet who are spiritually advanced beings. Many people who identify as starseeds are from other dimensional planes of existence and are here to share their perspectives. The systems that need to be developed for Earth can only be created by the individuals who live here, which is why starseeds have incarnated as galactic consciousness in human bodies. It is only from the human perspective that we can truly solve the human problems that we face. By paying attention to people who are advanced in their spiritual progress, we can more easily progress. You entrain to their frequency when you see someone who is more advanced than you. You should always have people in your life who inspire you to be better, who are a few steps ahead of you on the journey. It doesn't make them better than you. It just means they have information of energy expansion that you can access. They are you in the future. That's why the Pleiadians always say, we're just you in the future. They're not literally us in the future, but they're an option for where we can go in the future. Modern influencers and celebrities often capture attention and redirect it for greed-based purposes, such as financial gain, lifestyle, and product advertising. Ideally, the people on our planet who capture our attention should be advanced spiritual beings. You can do this in your own life. Stop paying attention to stupid celebrities and start paying attention to people who are stars, who are glowing from within. When we focus on vapid people and make them into our idols, we follow suit and become influenced to lead vapid lives. When we instead make spiritually advanced individuals into celebrities and influencers and give them our attention, our society will follow to be more spiritually advanced. Why do we care if our society is spiritually advanced or not? Does anyone know the answer to that question? Why would it matter if our reality is spiritually advanced? Oh, just because it would benefit all of life on Earth. It would make your life better. It would make every single person's life better. It would actually create more ease and harmony, and we wouldn't have to do anything we don't want to do. Okay, so I hope we all understand that being spiritually advanced is the way to go. That's the direction we're trying to go. Giving attention and power to spiritually advanced people will be very important as we progress. It is for these reasons that I promote myself as a pop star cult leader. It is my hope that through your attention, we may all shift our focus to more meaningful endeavors. Spiritual solutions are our only hope. We can align ourselves with spiritual solutions through influencers, creators, boards of spiritual people, through technology, or through the awareness of our own heart. You have the ability to guide yourself and guide your energy into your harmonious future. It is possible for you to live an entirely harmonious reality. I promise you this. I have been living my harmonious reality for like a year now, and it's absolutely mind-blowing. Like I've gotten closer and closer and closer to it, and now I just like don't have any discordant energy in my life. I have discordant things that happen, but as soon as it comes into my field, it's kind of like it's like a little disturbance, and then it becomes harmonized. I think it ends up upsetting people who are obsessed with discordance, who have pitted their identity on pinned their identity into the idea of being a discordant energy, but they come into my frequency and they just simply can't exist that way. So it's kind of disorienting for people who don't know how to live in a harmonious reality, for competitive people and whatnot. But it doesn't affect me. My reality is harmonious, and you can have a harmonious reality too. This comes from living in your truth. I've been living in my truth for a very long time. I've been studying spiritual things. I've been valuing spiritual progress since 2012 as my ultimate goal. And that spiritual progress has brought me material success as well. You don't have to be a mystic living in someone's basement. If you want to, you can. You can be a mystic, and you can be anything you want to be. You are not limited by this reality anymore. You have the power to create your reality. So we're going to listen to a song that I wrote, which is about these ethics boards of spiritual creators. And the idea is that as we pay attention to these celebrities, and as we pay attention to who we think should be guiding us to our utopian future, we create celebrities who are spiritual leaders. And that actually changes the world. If you're focusing only on spiritual leaders, you will create the reality of spiritual leadership. All right, here we go.
Commercial success.
Watch me undress.
Marketing campaign.
Now I'm in your brain.
Commercial success.
Watch me undress.
Marketing campaign.
Now I'm in your brain.
Idolatry, idolize me. Idolatry, ideology. Idolatry, idolize me. Idolatry, ideology.
Idolatry, adore me. Idolatry, I'm royalty. Idolatry, adore me. Number one celebrity. Idolatry, adore me. Idolatry, idolize me. Idolatry, listen to me.
right.